This video is brought to you by Squarespace. There are a ton of new features in the iPhone XS and XS Max. We're going to break down our top favorite features in this video. Welcome everyone, this is Andrew from Apple Insider, and I've got a XS Max and an iPhone XS. For the first time, the large and small devices are in feature parity, which means everything that is true on the iPhone XS Max holds true for the iPhone XS as well. There's no features you get by going with the larger than the smaller, other than the display and the battery life. Our first feature that we want to check out is that gorgeous new gold finish. Apple has done an excellent job, going with that nice gold color, but still keeping it somewhat subtle. Lots of people are going to love that, and it's not too alienating. It's not a bright yellow that people are going to hate. It's a little bit softer, and they have that off-white back that completes the image. As a bonus, it also matches the brand new stainless steel gold Apple Watch. Next up is that big, beautiful display. The iPhone XS Max has a 6.5-inch display compared to the iPhone XS 5.8 inch. The phone itself is the same size, the physical size, of any of Apple's Plus phones, so the 7 Plus, 8 Plus, any of those, but the screen goes edge to edge, making it significantly larger. That kind of gives a neat feel, because the phone itself feels bigger, but it also feels smaller at the same time, because there's no giant bezels on the top and the bottom to kind of get in the way. Additionally, by using glass and stainless steel, it feels grippier in your hands than any of Apple's past large phones. The 8 Plus had that glass back, but the aluminum with that matte finish on the sides made it feel a little bit slippery. This has added weight and a little bit more grip. Live wallpapers. Live wallpapers have been around for a while now, but Apple introduced 3 new ones for the XS and the XS Max. Heading into settings, wallpaper, and then live wallpapers, you can see all 3. Many of them come pre-installed. For instance, my space black iPhone XS Max has this green version, whereas the gold iPhone XS came with this slightly gold tinted one. While at first they look like planets, when you 3D touch right on the wallpaper itself, you'll see it actually moves around and it's more like ink or paint, some other non-planetary materials. And there are 3 different ones, all with that really neat effect. You don't have to use the live wallpaper version. You can set it as a still wallpaper or as a perspective one that moves just a little bit as you tilt your phone. Or of course you can use the live wallpaper, where if you 3D touch right on your home screen, you'll see the actual wallpaper will come to life. It is a really neat effect, and these new ones look really stunning on those brand new OLED displays. They even kind of hide the notches along the top. iPhone XS and XS Max come with faster wireless charging. There's an important distinction here, however. They support 7.5 watts of wireless charging, the same thing that the iPhone X, iPhone 8, and the iPhone 8 Plus support. The difference is a tighter coil on the inside that actually just makes it more efficient. So you don't have to replace your wireless chargers, you're just going to get a better, faster charge out of the ones you already have. This is the biggest one on the list. There is a ton of new improvements to the cameras, and we're just going to touch on a few of the different aspects. The front-facing camera has been updated, but we're going to focus primarily on the back. The wide-angle lens, the one right there on top, actually has wider, deeper pixels. These new larger pixels can capture more light, which will improve performance in low light situations. There's noticeably less noise and grain than in the past. Portrait mode is faster than ever. It locks onto that subject and blurs out the background faster than the iPhone X did. That's thanks to the Neural Engine and the new ISP all working together. Additionally, you can adjust the aperture after you've taken a photo. So you can see as we adjust that f value at the bottom, the blur in the background is increasing and decreasing. So here we just took a picture of our iPhone XS, but let's take a look at a picture of a person. As you can see, those trees in the background automatically change as we increase or decrease the f value. It is exceptionally well done, with the bokehs in the background actually changing their curvature based on where they are in the picture. When you're using an actual DSLR, that changes with the curvature of the lens, and that's what they've replicated here on the iPhone XS and XS Max. Let's take a look at a few other photos that we shot and even compare them to the iPhone X. When we take a look at some close-up photos, you can see there is more contrast and more representative colors on the iPhone XS Max. Same thing here, you can notice that wider dynamic range. Though the iPhone XS and XS Max are a little aggressive in their smoothing, you can see this wall should be a little bit blockier, but it actually smooths out a lot of those rocks on that back wall as we zoom in. In this photo, the iPhone X was a little more vivid, but the iPhone XS and XS Max was a little bit more true to life. As we mentioned, portrait mode photos are really well done, even as we zoom in, though there are still a few issues when it comes to things like hair. You can see the hair on the scarecrow here on the lower left hand side gets blurred a little bit, and when you get to abstract objects like this tank on the top, it really confuses that nozzle. Moving to low light photos, you can see how nice this dynamic range and contrast is, and was still able to take quick photos. In fact, the shutter speed on the XS and XS Max is super quick, something we noticed right out of the gate. Makes it even better to capture that perfect shot. Overall, the cameras may be the best feature about the new handsets. Before we get to our last two favorite features, let's talk about Squarespace. It has never been easier to create your own website. There's a huge variety of ready-to-go templates, and while I've coded websites from scratch, I still find it fun, quick, and easy to put one together in Squarespace. Basically, just click to add anything, from image galleries to buttons to products, then drag around to arrange them. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to take your site live, check out squarespace.com/Apple Insider to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. Next up is a substantial increase in RAM. Both the iPhone XS and XS Max come with 4 gigs of LPDDR4 RAM, a new high for the iPhone. The iPhone X comparatively only came with 3 gigabytes of RAM, and the upcoming iPhone XR also only has 3 gigs. You're going to notice this throughout the OS. For instance, if you have a whole lot of different Safari tabs open, they're really not going to have to reload as often, or when you have a bunch of different apps stored in memory and you quickly switch between them. You can see the RAM for yourself by downloading the Geekbench 4 application and seeing right there we have memory 3.67 gigs. Lastly on our list is Gigabit Class LTE. The new Gigabit Class LTE with 4x4 MIMO is a first for the iPhone. You can see the new antenna bands on the top and on the bottom of the phone that are used for this new upgrade. The iPhone XS and XS Max are also the first iPhones to support Band 71 spectrum for T-Mobile's LTE network. That'll definitely come into play in rural areas. Of course, not everyone is going to notice this. It's definitely going to depend on your carrier as well as your location. For me, here in Columbus, Ohio, I noticed a huge difference on my iPhone XS Max compared to my older iPhone X. So that rounds out our list of our favorite features. These are the things that we've noticed day to day that have made a big impact on us switching to the iPhone XS and XS Max. But there's a lot more going on, including improved water resistance, dual SIM capabilities, more storage, faster Face ID, better speakers, and so much more. Let us know your favorite feature of the XS and the XS Max down below in the comments.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our price guide, which makes it extremely easy to find the best deals on Apple products updated daily. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next video.